Hi, FlossTube. It's Karen with KB Studio Creations.
And Jason, her technician.
We've been having some camera difficulties.
She might include it in the bloopers, but there was like that we recorded and it was going crazy, so we tried to fix it and it didn't work. And hopefully whatever we do will be fine. But yes. Welcome to everybody who's here for the first time, and welcome to those who are returning. We're very grateful for everyone who is watching these, especially those who are returning patrons of the channel. I don't know what the word is.
We can just say friends.
Friends of the channel, yes. We love having the returning friends. Welcome to everybody. We're glad to have you. So.
And hopefully we're not too out of it.
Oh, we will be.
Okay.
There's no hoping we won't be out of it. We always are.
So, I'm going to start with Design Shop because I have new release. But I've been model stitching and designing. And I released...
Wait. Do you want to talk about... Yeah. So, model stitching and designing. On the designing note, I don't know if Karen says these, but she got another stitch design accepted into just CrossStitch.
I did. So that's...
a springy Easter one.
Later you'll see the haul, in the haul, the fabric I bought for that pattern. Right.
Yes. So, Christmas and July sale, 10%.
Oh, yeah. So, my Christmas and July sale is still going on. It's 10% off everything in my Etsy shop now through the end of the month. So, all of July.
So, if there's something that you've been wanting and now would be the time to get it, if this is your first time watching, go to etsy.com/kabstudio.
Go in the description and follow
It's in the description. Below. But follow the link below and peruse the shop. If there's something you like it, put it in your cart. You don't have to purchase it, but purchase it by the end of the month and you'll get 10% off.
Yeah. So that sale is going on. And for Christmas in July, I released a Christmas pattern. So this is called Christmas House.
For a thumbnail.
So this house is actually based on a house in my town that I love. It's
your old Spanish teacher's house.
It is my old Spanish teacher's house, but it's on the street where if you were going anywhere basically from my parents' house, you saw it. And at Christmas time, I don't know if you can see, but there's these little candles. They have candles in all the windows. And then I also put a wreath on it. The tree is actually based on a tree that's down the street from us, but I just put them together. And so it's on 32 count navy Belfast linen 2/2, and the green and the red are Classic Colorworks, but the others are just DMC floss. And the trim is Lady Dot Creates trim. I used some of the techniques on this pillow from Helen D, East Coast Crafter, her pillow tutorials. And then I also, for the trim, watched Lindy Stitch's. I've watched it before and I've done it before, but every time I do the mini pom-pom trim, I have to watch her tutorial to remind me how to do it. So, yeah.
It's
and then
done.
The back, we just used some fabric that we got from Jason's mom. Right? No, this one.
That one came from mom.
Did this one? I don't know. Anyways, we got fabric. And then this one.
Now you have me second guessing it. I think we did. I'm not sure.
Maybe not. And then this one I showed last time, but it's actually released this time. It took me a little longer to get released than I expected. And I have the details this time. So I'm calling this Be Your Own Champion, and it's on 28 count Silk Weaver Brick Wall Merino 2/2. And I don't know exactly, Merino is kind of similar to like Lugana and Jobelan to me, but it's a really soft fabric. I definitely used a hoop on this just to have some tension. I usually stitch in hand, but and if you want to know like the story behind designing this pattern, you can see the last video. But I did want to say that is available now. The pattern is available. So whips. Actually, I put this down later, but I'm going to show this now. So with this, I had done it funky last time, and so I fixed it some this way. But anyways, I had some extra of this cording, so I tried dyeing it. It turned out okay.
I don't know if what you can call dyeing though. You just stuffed it in the jar with the dye.
Exactly, to dye it.
Just stuffed it, left it, and forgot it.
I did forget it. But then Jennyson remembered, and we took it out. So it's just like this light purple color now. And I might use it, to finish something with sometime. Probably not like a model, but just like a personal thing.
Oh, you could do cording around the edge of it, and that could work.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking to use it for sometime. So, whips. That's what we're on.
Yes.
Oh, so this first one, I did not get as far as I wanted to. That one's yours. It's this quote. And it's from Across the Stitch. And I'm stitching this on 14 count white Ada. And I'm using this for the diversity and inclusion style because it's by a Black designer. And
the quote is by
the quote is Maya
Angelou. Is this one?
And I'll insert a picture of what it looked like before. Oh, I apparently have a strand in progress right now. Sorry about that. Well, you can still see what it is. So I was hoping to get to the top of the pattern, and I'm not quite there. I'm getting there.
But you're getting close. You've got quite a long border done. I mean, that's almost one whole border, isn't it?
Yeah. I just need to finish this red section at the top, and then I need to do the red section at the bottom.
Yeah, you're making progress.
Oh, my wrist has been hurting, and then I got a little cut on my finger where I stitch, and so that made it hard to stitch, and so I didn't get as much stitching as I wanted to get done the past few weeks. I still got some stitching done, but just not as much as I had hoped. And then the next one is the poem.
This is your Whip Wednesday, right?
Yeah, my old Whip Wednesday. So this one is the pattern I started in 2018, so it's my oldest whip. And I'm trying to get it finished. My original goal was to finish it this year. That's not going to happen. But hopefully sometime in the next couple of years I'll finish it.
Previous picture.
Yes.
Insert. And then.
So.
Oh, I have it upside down.
No, you had it right.
I did have it right side up.
So this is on 14 count antique white Ada, and the flower is from the PC Stitch program library. So I mostly, I think, worked on this dark.
The bottom
red.
Dark red?
Yeah, dark pink. And up into it. Like, I didn't have any of this color on it before. So
oh, okay.
I think that all that's new.
It's looking pretty.
So I try to get at least 3 strands in every Wednesday. And I also insert a picture of what the entire thing looks like now. And then I also worked on Alpaca Farm by the Blue Flower Janine McGowan. And this is on some 18 count light blue Ada, and I will insert the picture of where it was before.
Jason Slow.
So I
hold on. I'm going to fold it this way so then I can hold it better. There we are.
So I made some really good progress on this. We'll talk about it later, but earlier this week I was really stressed, so I just did a lot of this fill-in stuff. It was a really nice thing to work on while I was stressed.
It's looking good. You've even got some of the sky working in there too.
Yeah. So, and at first it was overwhelming. Like, it was just like the pattern was bigger than I was thinking it would be. But then what I've done is I'm trying to finish this first. Do you have the picture?
Yeah.
My goal is to try to finish this first hill in July, the second hill in August, and the third one in September. And then, like, if I haven't finished these sky elements, finish those
in October.
Yeah. Since part of the reason I'm stitching this is because one of my goals for the year is to do a drum finish, to learn how to do a drum finish. So I would like to get it finished and fully finished this year. And that was just feeling a bit overwhelming. But I think I can do it now. I'm feeling more confident about that now. So that's good. And the next one is Red, White, and Bloom by Country Cottage Needleworks. And I'll insert a picture of what it looked like before. And then I just pulled this out on July 4th. That's the only day I worked on it. But I was like, it's a patriotic holiday. I should, pull this out and work on it. And this is on 40 count Tyco Newcastle linen 1/2. It's kind of hard to see. And even one thing I did do.
If I tilted it, you can see the white.
So the white's really hard to see. So on the white, where it says white here, I outlined it in gold blending filament from Kreinig.
Oh, blending filaments. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, it's still Kreinig, but it's the Kreinig blending filament.
Okay.
So that helps that I guess you can't really see it in this. Maybe I can insert a picture and you can see better in the picture.
If I had my old camera.
Yeah, this new one is not so great.
Yeah. I do apologize. We will see what we can do.
But I made a little bit of progress. I don't know when I'll pull it out again. It may not come out again till Labor Day, but I'll get it done eventually.
Yep.
So Jason's whips.
Oh, okay. So the first one, I actually worked more on Millie's year, specifically the February block. We did do some changes to what colors we picked because we're trying to make these reflect people that we know. And for February, I did mine to try to look like Karen a little bit. So you be the judge on if we picked the right colors.
Oh, yeah. And we'll insert a picture from last time, too.
Yeah. So I actually finished this whole block.
And because my favorite color is purple, he changed the hat and mittens to purple.
It actually shows the difference better on the screen than in person. Mm-hmm. That's funny.
The purples are kind of close.
Yeah, I got them a little too close when I did the color conversion, but oh well. It's stitched. I can't really change much on it now. But I pulled it out one day when I was like, I want to stitch something.
I also want to show. We also realized that
the
back stitching, Jason had just pulled out black rather than
I didn't pay attention is what it was.
So his blocks are now going to be back stitched in black as opposed to this like gray color that.
Yeah, it's like a grade brown.
Yeah.
But yeah, oopsie.
It doesn't matter that much.
So the other one that I have to show is Welcome to Erebor by Country Magic Stitch.
Yes. And we'll insert a picture of what it looked like before.
I love how you say that because it helps me to realize that I need to slow down and let you insert it.
I'm trying to remember that so I have a good spot to stick the picture in.
I'll be honest, I have no idea what the new stuff is that I stitched. Do you know?
I know you did some white somewhere.
If I did, it would have been down here. But I thought I had finished that. No. I did some more white down here. It's very negligible.
Oh, and if you see, he's got the needle minder that we got from...
Tifa.
Yeah, Tifa gifted us.
So, again, thank you.
Yes, we really
I have plans to do some more stuff. We'll see how far I get in the upcoming weeks.
He's been kind of burned out, and life's been crazy, so... Yeah.
We'll talk about that in life updates. But that's what my whips were. I actually didn't work on anything extra. There's nothing other than that I worked on, I don't think, in the past 2-3 weeks.
I don't know.
What are we dinging?
I forgot to bring over my finish.
Which one? I don't know which one that is.
I'll just insert a picture. And so...
Where is it?
It's in the on-the-go bag.
Oh, it's one of your
Yeah,
things?
one of my works. Oh.
Yeah, you can insert a picture of that one. That one I'm not too worried about.
Yeah. So the design is by Not Forgotten Farm called Valentine Snowflake. And I stitched it on tea-dyed Irish linen, 28 count, Lugana 2/2. And I'll insert the picture from last time. And the picture from now. So I was just using Orts. I'm not a huge fan of how it turned out. But it is what it is. You use up some Orts. It happens. Whatever. It's done. So now FFOs. We went on a little bit of an FFO kick.
So last week I was off work, and Monday I went into the office and I wanted to do some cleaning.
Our office, not his office.
Our office, yes. Did I say my office?
You said the office. And
the office.
Like, in my mind, that says work.
In our room, in our house, we call it the office. But it is our office here at the house. So I pulled...
That's mostly a storage room.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Because I was like, I was off work. I went to the office.
I know, right?
Yeah. So I was off work here at home and went into our office here at home. Clarify. And one of the things was we had a lot of Karen's finished stitching and my finished stitching just sitting on the piano bench waiting to be FFO'd. So we pulled it out.
Anyone who might not know what FFO means, it's fully finished objects.
Yes. So we took the finished stitching and put it into an actually fully finished object. And the first one that we're going to show is Haruto singing. This was done on Antique White 18 count Ada. This is something that a friend of mine designed, the picture, and then Karen converted it into a cross stitch so I could cross stitch it. And it's now going to just be a little flat pillow filled with wood chips that I'm going to use as a paperweight on the desk. here in our office.
So when I was like pulling up the information for my show notes, I saw that he he finished stitching this almost 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's kind of sat for a while.
Next one is a cross stitch that Karen did, and then I FFO'd it. Mm-hmm. It's the Russian dolls.
And they're called Russian Doll Baubles by Cheryl McKinnon, and it's a kit from just CrossStitch Crazy.
I didn't put the ribbons in it because I didn't want to.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be ornaments, but
they're supposed to be ornaments.
We wouldn't hang them anywhere, and I'm like, they can double as emergency coasters.
I don't know. We may end up just like throwing them in the toys for when our nieces and nephews are over here. That's true. I don't know.
They probably have fun with it.
I had fun stitching them, and I like them, but I just don't know what to do with them. A part of me is like, do that, or like just glue them into my, now that they're fully finished like this, just glue them into my CrossStitch journal. I don't know.
So the next one is one that Karen stitched. It's Sea Turtle by Jenny Barton in CrossStitch Crazy July 2019 on 18 count blue sky hand dyed Ada. Crafty.
So
Peachy Stitchery. What is all this?
So Crafty Peacock Stitchery had a stitch along called Fave Animal B-Day Sal a year or two ago. I think it was 2 years ago. And so I did this as part of that. But she's now goes by Katydid Stitches, and I will link her below, and you can also find this information in my show notes. But
anyway, so what happened was this used to have a clock in here. I don't use that clock. It's been sitting out in the back room, this little thing, for years. I got it, oh gosh, when I was like 7 or 12 or 20. I don't remember. No, it wasn't 20. It was definitely like 12 to 18. My mom's mom, my maternal grandmother, sent money for Christmas, and my mom bought me this with that money from my grandma. And it's just been sitting in the back room for forever. A friend of mine recently asked me to do a mechanical miniature. And so
okay, I'm putting it down.
That's fine. I took the clock out of the middle, banged it with a hammer to get to the inside, and just destroyed it. So then I could use the little gears in it to add to the mechanical miniature. But it now had a hole in it that we obviously couldn't put the clock back in. So I was like, oh, why don't we do an FFO in it? And when we pulled out all the stuff that needed to be FFO'd, this was one of them. And I was like, oh, well, it would work. Karen said it would work perfectly in there. And then I ended up getting it all done and putting it in. So now this...
I started, but I got overwhelmed and just set it aside.
It was hard to get the exact size of this. And even then, it's not exact. But it fits, it sticks, it's good. Mm-hmm. So that's where this turtle will reside.
So we finished this bookmark. Basically, I just cut it out and put...
No, you finished it.
Yeah, I did.
I didn't do any of it.
That's true.
It wasn't a we. It was
and I just
you.
put some iron-on interfacing. And this was stitched on 32 count oyster linen that was uneven, and it was 2/2. And this was just, again, using orts. So...
What are orts for those that don't know?
They're basically leftover threads.
Do you remember what ORT stands for?
It doesn't stand for anything. It's an actual word.
Oh, well, you capitalize it like it's a...
I know, I capitalize it like...
Her show notes say capital O, capital R, capital T, as if it stands for something.
It doesn't stand for anything, but whatever.
Last one is the Crystal Snowflake.
Well, sort of. There's one more. I forgot to put it. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
So this is another ort, and not on that same fabric, that 32 count oyster. So this is Crystal Snowflake, and it's by Saving Grace Fine Needle Arts, Elizabeth Spurlock, in Just CrossStitch Christmas Ornaments 2019. And it's on that same 32 count oyster linen that's uneven, and it's 2/2 using orts. That's a lot. And then I also put a little charm, snowflake charm. I had meant to do it so this darker one was on the bottom, but I didn't, so.
Yeah, but it's okay. It looks fine.
It does. It's just a cute little ornament now. And then this last one, so I purchased this. So Michelle BendyStichy had a while back gone to an estate sale and purchased all these finished cross stitch by someone who signs them as B. And I will link that video below. And I bought this because I don't know, it makes me think of my grandma. I don't know, these are like colors she had in her house, and there's beauty all around when there's love at home. That's like a song at our church. I don't know if other churches have it, but our church has that song, and it just makes me think of my grandma. So now we made it into a big pillow.
Using fabric that my mom sent us.
Yes.
And it's nice. It sits on our couch.
So it's just a fun pillow. It probably could have spruced up a little bit more, but it's okay.
It was interesting because when we had the kids over last weekend,
I was the nephew.
Did I say the kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me. When they were over here, I was expecting them to like play with it a little bit more, but they just left it alone.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So that's all about the stitching. Now to haul. So
Let's start with your cross-stitching supplies.
Okay. Well, actually, this too. So we got the so Tifa bought us
needle minders
from this Galloway's gallery, and then she sent this nice card, and it was like, I send thank you cards to people who order stuff. And she didn't have Tifa's address because it was mine. So actually, I should probably send a picture of this to Tifa. Although Tifa, you might be watching too. But it's this pretty turtle card, and then it was just like, thank you for ordering. So yeah, that was really nice. And then, so like I said, I needed supplies for model stitching. So this fabric is just a 36 cream linen that I need for the model stitching I'm doing for just CrossStitch. And then this vintage blue whisper I'm getting low on, and I have some patterns that I want to model stitch on here, so I bought some more. And then I don't know what he's doing. She Lindsay at CrossStitchingSupplies.com sent me this free little freebie with my thing, just some floss.
And then there's Icicle and White Lightning overdyed Weeks dye work
that Jason needs for a model stitch he's stitching.
Yes.
So just supplies for model stitching.
Yep. Also, if you may notice, we have a new installation of a shelf here. There are two of them. The other one's up in the corner out of eye shot for the camera. On the one that's out of eye shot, I put a lot of my bigatures. No, that sounds bad. Big miniatures. Mm-hmm. So that's what I mean by bigatures. Bigatures. That sounds better. No.
Still sounds weird.
But all the big miniatures are up on that shelf. And then this shelf I installed here, I might put another shelf halfway between it and the ceiling. But this shelf I installed so then we could put more of Karen's cross stitches on it. Because we're running out of space. We got a lot of stitching, and so...
Plus it's nice to have stitching behind us while we're doing FlossTube. You can only sort of see... You can't see everything on there. Well, you can see the stuff on the shelf. You can't see the... We hung up... what is that called? Olivia Oak Relief. That's what it is. By Silver Creek Samplers. We hung that up. We went to... I've been wanting it...
Oh, no.
I've been wanting it hung up in our bedroom, but at least for now, it's going to be there. Maybe eventually it'll be in our bedroom.
So, Karen wanted to talk about that during haul too. So that's kind of all that we've gotten this week. It's been kind of crazy. So,
okay, we're gonna do the giveaway and then move to life updates and then his news. So Tifa won the giveaway, and she wanted Holidays Remembered. That's what I said.
So Tifa will be sending it to you.
Yes,
or she'll be sending it to you.
Yeah, I'll get that sent out to you.
I don't know. Maybe we will, because I tend to
sometimes
take some stuff to the thing. Yeah.
But so congratulations, Tifa.
Woohoo! Thank you.
Life updates. So we had the 4th of July. Jason was off work for last week and the Friday before and this Monday. Right? Yeah.
Yep.
And then this past weekend we babysat my nieces and nephew. And then also, so that was for my brother. And then my sisters came down with her kids that same Saturday. So we then took the kids over to grandma's house so they could play with their cousins. And then...
Okay, so last week while I was off, I did a lot of yard work outside. I'm highly allergic to something in our yard. I think I know what it is, but I'm not sure. And so me sounding a little stopped up and coughing today, it's because I've got I think I've developed a sinus infection between that and also working up in the attic. Our AC is overflowing again. We're working on getting it fixed. Homeowners out there will understand the complications and the problems and the headaches that can cause. But while I was up in the attic one day working, the previous owners installed particle board for floor. And so as such, my foot went through the particle board a few times. But on Monday, when I was trying to resituate the AC unit so it would drip into the drip pan and not directly onto the particle board, my foot slipped and went right through it and through the kitchen ceiling. So now there's a huge hole in the kitchen ceiling, as you can see in this picture. I did not fall through the hole all the way. I stayed in the attic, so I'm relatively okay.
Just a bit scraped and bruised.
Yeah. But we've talked to our insurance company and we're going through all that. So good vibes, prayers, love being sent our way would be appreciated.
Just another issue to deal with now. As
I said, homeowners out there, you understand the joys that come along with the heartaches of homeownership. So, anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. So last thing, we'll talk about miniatures. Those who wish to go, you can. Those who don't, you don't have to. I don't know what I'm saying right now.
Or if you want the bloopers, you can skip to the end and watch the bloopers.
Yeah. But we were thinking about what to show because I've showed all of my big miniatures for the most part. So Karen had the idea. We've wrapped up our home campaign of Humblewood. And so as such, there were some miniatures that I painted to go along with it. Humblewood is a campaign setting that's not done by Wizards of the Coast, which is the company that owns Dungeons and Dragons. And it's published by thedeckofmany.com. And the miniatures that they sell are really expensive, and I'm not quite into them. And they're very niche to the campaign and what you get. It's hard to find a customized character, so I didn't want to buy any of them. So anyway, the big major ones that I've painted are the Ash Snake. This one I used just a giant constrictor snake miniature that's published by Wiz Kids, and painted it just to look ashy and like it's on fire a little bit. So that's the first one. The second one is an NPC called Oakheart, which you guys saw. This is the art for him for the card. Then I painted him like this. Just used the Treant from, again, Nozzlers that's published by Wiz Kids. The last one is one that I painted recently. It's my lava monster. It's called the Aspect of Fire. And it looks like this. Really big, scary. I took the Earth Elemental and painted it just to look fiery, because he has an ability called Rock Toss. So, rock makes sense to me. It doesn't quite look anywhere close to the same. I like this one a lot better. But their miniature that they have, that they sell, I'm not the biggest fan of and don't know how I would deal with it. So I wanted to get another miniature and paint it. And the Fire Elemental that I have isn't anywhere near looking like this. It's a lot more lithe, petite, dexterous looking. Whereas this is supposed to look like a monster of raging, fiery, earthen muscle.
I guess talking about D&D, another life update. We're just doing a short campaign with my siblings and sister-in-law, and Jason's DMing it. So we did that the past couple weeks as well. Yeah. It's just, we're only going to do it for like a couple times. It's just one
more time. It's a one shot, but I'm spreading it out over 3 weeks because our sister-in-law is just wanting to understand how D&D works. And so I'm just running a simple one shot so she can understand how D&D works, and we can play a little small home game. Should take about 3 sessions. I don't think it'll take more than that. It might take 4 based on last week.
Because I'm still pretty new, even though I've done it. So we have questions and are figuring out what we're doing still.
So that's what we're working on. Maybe I'll show you the miniatures I bought and painted for that one next time.
Oh, just the ones you picked out for it?
Yeah, because I bought some. Karen doesn't know this yet, but I bought some miniatures specifically because of this campaign.
Oh, interesting.
So that I can use here in the campaign.
So I think that's everything for us. thank you for watching.
Thank you for being with us.
And happy stitching.
Happy stitching, guys. Bye. Bye. Oh, it's not straight, is it?
I don't know.
That's not straight the other way. The struggle is real. Because the thing is the base.
The lighting's really weird on it right now, but maybe not.
It is.
That's better.
Yeah, we've been recording this whole time.
I know. I'm just waiting. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, FlossTube. It's Karen with KB Studio Creations.
And Jason with Karen.
Welcome back, and thank you for watching. If you're new, we appreciate it. If you're not, sorry, our thing's getting really dark, and I don't know if it's just doing it on... I don't know if you can see it as dark, but it's super dark on our
Yeah,
side.
it's looking really dark. I'm just going to get everything... I don't know. I can't figure it out.
No, that's too bright. I don't know. It's too bright.
Oh, you can actually manually set it by dragging. Is that good?
I feel like it's too... Like it's washed out.